Solutionists. These are people that I see all the time on YouTube and the internet that say, don't you get it, man? It's all a grand conspiracy. There's free energy out there, and all we need to do is take down the evil NWO, and we'll have utopia on Earth. So this is kind of contrary to the last video where I'm saying we're not completely doomed in terms of extinction level, but the solutions going forward are few and far between, and there are no answers to the challenges that humanity faces. And this is brought about, I was actually watching a Don Herald video, and he was talking about the retirement age, and now the government's saying that retirement age is 67, and can you believe this? And it's all because of the monetary system. Until we change the monetary system, this is not going to change. Well, the monetary system is not going to change. When have we ever made, in your eyes or my eyes, any sort of progress through legislation or the government that's been beneficial to us? I can't really think of one instance. Syria, and okay, maybe the assault weapons ban when that came off, but the only reason that came off is because it expired. They didn't legislate it away. Now, some people think that, this legislation is good, like the healthcare. There's a lot of people out there that think it's a great idea, free healthcare for everyone. But it's just optimistic BS. Really, when it all comes down to it, it's just overly optimistic, moronic people that think that the future is going to be some sort of grand Star Trek utopia. Humanity will never achieve this, ever. And it's been proven through history. You have these great empires like the Egyptians, the Romans, the Ming Dynasty, all these people that build up and they build these grandiose, empirical, structures, and then they just fall apart and crumble. And you end up with despotism and slavery and mass genocide and all this stuff. It's just a repeating pattern, and I think that the only thing you're in control of is yourself, your own destiny, and maybe a few of the people around you, and basically that's it. And you're going to live in one of these empires, whether it's flourishing or whether it's collapsing. Somewhere in between is going to be your tiny little existence, and if you're lucky, you might get an inscription somewhere in a history book of someone that remembers you. Other than that, you'd be lucky to get a headstone in a graveyard somewhere that lasts more than a couple hundred years. So, where does it come from, I guess? Is it people that just have hope? Like it's like part of their DNA? Like, I'm just going to hope so much for a future that is utopian, that I'm going to basically, lash out at, these false demons, these people out there that, I'm going to say that are holding us back or plotting some grand scheme against us. And the idea that saying something on a camera or typing on a blog that we need to change the monetary system. And I hear this all the time. Well, if we only X, Y, and Z. You are never going to do anything about that. And I would guarantee, even if you rose to the ranks of presidency, and this is you, the proverbial anybody out there, you're not going to make humanity any better for anyone. It has to happen on an individual level. And even then, I don't have much hope, because I look around and I don't have a whole lot of faith in Americans or humans in general. We haven't been very smart with our resources and with our environment and everything else around us. And so I think we're in one of those times where it collapses. And maybe if I live long enough, I'll be able to see the other side when we start to have prosperity again. But yeah, batten down the hatches, because the monetary system ain't going to change. The government's not going to change. They're going to pit everyone against each other, just like they always do. And, maybe in a couple thousand years, there might be some people that look at some of these structures that we built, if any of them last, and say, like, how the hell did they do that? Kind of like the Egyptians. God, that's amazing. I mean, that was a real feat right there. But, right now it's just a big sandbox, and look at what they're doing now. They're in revolution. They're all fighting and killing each other. Isn't it great? So, yeah, this grand utopic solutions for humanity going forward, I think, is a bunch of BS. And if anyone wants to debate me on this and prove me wrong, other than there's some evil people behind the scenes holding back infinite free energy, let's go for it. Let's start a debate.